Good day, my name is Bryce Hellman, and this is my PSP 1104 Self Evaluation podcast. Since I have had many public speaking opportunities in the past, as well as a few performances, I felt pretty comfortable in my communication skills. This background gave me a pretty solid foundation of confidence going into PSP. In my introductory speech, I would say I used a fairly large amount of dynamism and eye contact, as well as large gestures when it came to my monologue and sign language introduction. However, I was criticized for my lack of projection in my persuasive speech, so I made sure to improve that in the industry professional presentation. Overall, my eye contact habits remained the same, always scanning the room. This gave me some very good feedback about the engagement of the audience. Considering the public feedback after my speeches, I would say that most of the audience was definitely engaged in whatever it was that I was presenting. Visuals are an extremely important part of the speech in my opinion. I mainly rely on images to really hit the point of whatever it is I'm trying to convey. Sometimes I let the slideshow enhance my speaking points, and other times I let the slide just simply speak for itself. Fortunately, there was only one minor time I was moving on to a new topic too soon and the wrong slide came up next. It wasn't really a big deal since I was wrapping up the presentation, so I just started my thought over again and went with it. As far as rehearsing my speech goes, I must admit that I spent very little time practicing my industry professional speech, which is probably the most difficult. However, I spent a few days practicing the introductory speech simply because I had such a challenging monologue to deliver. That was definitely my favorite speech. I think my nerves calmed down after the first week mainly because I started becoming familiar with the audience, but also because I wasn't making up the speech as I went along. However, my satisfaction with preparation decreased over the month because I didn't have the time that I wanted to devote to building some amazing presentations. And my satisfaction with my deliveries was also not up to par because I found myself occasionally stumbling over words due to my lack of preparation and rehearsal. However, I learned from some of my fellow classmates that in the case of a complete mental block, never admit that you simply lost it and then abruptly end your speech. Now in closing, I would honestly rate my speaking performances as a whole as a 3 on a 4-point scale, mainly because it's seemingly impossible for me to stick to the lower limit of time constraints. Although I will always have room to improve my projection and articulation habits, my love of speech will never cease. And to Miss Lavinia McGee, thank you for your dedication as an educator to try and help us to be industry professionals. I personally appreciate the gracious person that you are. Thank you for watching.